day number 12 in the month of May 2022. We say good morning and welcome to Up and Go here on the Bridge 99 FM. I'm not the only one in the studio. You're not seeing us on the screen as yet, but you will eventually. My name is Richie B.
And my name is Queen Jojo. Good morning. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday is right.
Yeah, man,
and there's somebody else. I hear him talking.
Yeah, man. You're truly DJ Audley. We're here in studios. Thank God.
Yes.
Yep.
We give thanks for another day.
Yeah,
it's a Thursday, and we can tell you right at the very start, as we know that many people are having water in their pipes once again.
Yes, I have water this morning.
Everybody?
Love it.
Well, I've never had a problem in the first. You never had a problem in the first instance.
You ever hear about goat mouth yet? When I reach home after the program yesterday, zit.
Bad man. Straight up. Somebody heard you. So watch me at it.
No water for you.
Oh, gosh. But you got it back later on, I suspect. Yeah. So the Ministry of Finance has agreed to procure services of a consultant, as you'd have remembered that Helene Davis-White had indicated that was a very sore point in the negotiations. The MOF, the Ministry of Finance, has agreed to procure services of a consultant to conclude the job evaluation exercise and make the alignment with new public sector compensation structure. So that was a very, very important sticking point. They have come to an agreement, and now the workers are back at work since a late shift last night. Thank you very much to all the parties.
Yes.
Yeah, that came together. And as we were saying yesterday, Jody, we want good sense to prevail.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
And I'm
And it
hoping
seemed
that
to have.
stay that way.
Yeah, indeed. Saw where the Prime Minister was making some statements that, hey, like he was saying, if necessary, I'm going to call out the army to go down and turn on them pipes.
And persons were like, really? That's going to be a solution? Instead of, persons were upset with how he was responding because they were like, sir, and I say it work. That's not that. You address the people and say they want their money. Don't you just go over and say soldier. But what I heard it through the grapevine is that even if the soldiers went up there, they actually, and this is allegedly, they're saying that this kind of tampered with the valves. So even if soldiers went over there to try and turn it on, nothing would have happened.
Wow. World Prime Minister. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Anyway, the important thing is that we're happy that people have water back in their pipes, and we are happy that we do as well.
Very much so.
And so we say give thanks. All right. NWC workers, those who are up and on the job right now, good morning to you. Hope it's going to be a great day today. It's 6:04 a.m. This is Up and Go. We go until 10 o'clock this morning. It's time now for
WTF. What the fact?
Yes, a woman who lost her wedding ring in the year 1995 eventually found it back under very unusual circumstances 16 years later.
That's right. So a woman in Sweden lost her wedding ring while cooking for Christmas in 1995. She looked everywhere for it and even had her kitchen floor pulled up, hoping she could find it. But she wouldn't see it again until 2012. While gardening 16 years later, the woman found the ring around a carrot that was sprouting in the middle of it. The only explanation was that the ring must have been lost in vegetable peelings that were turned into compost. So clearly, composting isn't just good for the environment. It saves marriages, I suppose.
Well, I'm wondering because nowhere in the story does it indicate whether or not her husband was there to celebrate.
If the Christmas dinner did shot, it worth it.
Why, oh why? Sometimes you hear stories and you have to ask yourself, like, what would I do under such circumstances?
Babe, I swear, the carrot of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his name. Carrot. Okay.
Carrot. Go somewhere else with that.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I'm really happy that she got back her ring.
Yeah.
The poor old carrot would have been dissected, I suspect, because of the ring. So ain't no celebration going on there, unless it's for carrot juice. But I still am wondering whether or not the husband was still there to celebrate this fight.
Yeah, we'll look into that one.
We're going to follow up on that. So we might do a part 2 on this one for the first time. All right, that's a fact, though. And it's a serious fact. 16 years, her wedding ring was thought to be lost. And then, voila! Carrot got it and gave it to her. All right, that was WTF.
What the fact?
Time for the proverb of the day.
That's right. And I'm going to be reading it. And here's the proverb for this morning, guys. It says, all mouth not set for tell the same lie. What? All mouth not set for tell the same lie.
So all mouth, I tell lie then?
Here goes the what shells in my go. I go like in my
Hold on. Are you trying to say that once you have a mouth, it means that you're a liar?
The possibility of lies coming out of it, exists.
All mouth, not tell the same
Lie.
Not set for tell the same
I feel
lie.
like I know what this means. So, okay, wait a minute, Jojo.
Yeah, man. All right, here goes the meaning. If everyone says the same thing, there may be truth behind it.
That's right, man.
Okay.
Because what I was about to say now, if I tell my lady saying, yes, I was actually out with the boys, but I hear too much people say, no, I see him at the club, I see him at this, that, and too much people tell her that, then too much people can't tell the same lie. True. True.
Exactly.
Caught red-handed.
No,
so just stay home.
It looked like it wasn't the rainfall that caused it.
No, I don't feel so either, Richie. I have a feeling it's something else, but true.
Peep out. All right, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a Jamaican proverb?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. That was our proverb of the day. Now it's time for the pet peeve. What is that?
Pet peeves are things that others do to you that you might find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting. Here's a pet peeve for you this morning.
You know what my pet peeve is? Men who send WYD texts. That means, what you doing? Like all the time. Or sup. What is that? Is that how we start conversations now? I am so annoyed. That's one of my biggest pet peeve. The WYD and the sup messages.
Why? Shell's so guilty.
So Empress, what you rather him to spell it out? Guys, man, I ask you what you doing.
What is that?
I understand if she don't want
abbreviation.
I understand she might not want the abbreviate.
If every time you message me, all I'm seeing is letters.
Jojo.
WYD. SU. If I'm annoyed by sup. What is sup? And why are you addressing me that way? Like constantly, every time. I have messages of unread messages in my phone with the same thing, or the HI hi. Sir, what do you want to say to me? Are you trying to have a conversation? Because if I try before and then it's nothing, you say hi, I say hi. Then you send WYD. What we're doing?
That's what I'm
grown people.
I never knew that sup would be an issue.
Me no know.
Because it seemed to be so popularly used.
Let me tell you, Richie, what's happening, There's a generation of women coming out. You can't slide tackle, I'm not afraid of that. So watch this now. There's a generation of women coming out right now. I get what Jojo's saying. You see me every time, because there's this thing going around now. Women kind of hate men, as I say, all the time. What you doing? Give me something to do.
Exactly.
That's basically that's the issue with the WYD.
Hey, let's go here.
Yeah, come to them with some intention, and I get that.
Yeah, I was asking me I do.
I get that.
I work.
But I say it still. But I don't do the W. I can't do the abbreviation still. At school, I go good school, so I'm not really afraid for saying.
And I'm so glad that we're having a dating conversation because that's a challenge. It's like I know disrespect but just based on experience. It's almost like men don't know what to do anymore. It's like they don't know what to do. You don't know how to ask a woman out. You don't know how to plan a date. You don't know how to court a woman.
Pandemic.
Yeah, me don't know if I now blame the pandemic.
Pandemic,
feel like it's a problem.
The economy, so many things, man.
You don't need a whole lot of money for a good date.
No.
Socialization issues.
It's a major issue, Richie, and I think it's something we need to talk about more. We're out here stressed, man.
What?
Going back to what Jojo was saying earlier. Suppose it's a case where he's not close to you, meaning you are in Mobe, and he's asking the question.
What does that have to
asking
do?
the
What you
question,
doing?
What
know?
does that have to do
So
with
you prefer,
anything?
you really prefer then to provide the information rather than being asked.
Yes,
what you
it's
do.
okay. At one time, you say, "Hey, what's
Yeah,
up?
so-
What you doing?" It's whatever. But every single time,
I get you. Okay.
Double
Yeah,
wide.
but
like,
then-
give
yeah.
me something for do.
All right,
As
I get
Shell
that.
say,
Yeah, I get
you
that.
know?
I get that. I get that.
Hey, let's go so and so. Or hey, you busy or work today? You know,
Yeah.
start the conversation.
Yeah,
Learn
all
to
right, I
speak
agree.
To women,
I
you
agree.
know,
All
learn
right.
to start a conversation.
Yeah.
My God.
But the issues with abbreviations, is it really a major issue? Like, there's
Yes.
so-
It depends on
yeah.
the caliber of woman you talk to still. You know what I mean?
the
Because
smarter she is, and the more I know
Yeah,
she
yeah,
is.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can tell you that much.
Yeah.
as we say, you can't chant the thing for the ladies, gents.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man.
Learn to write a sentence.
Is it,
We're
man,
not
sir?
asking a paragraph because I'm texting, but learn to write at
Yeah.
least a sentence. Hi, good morning. How are you? You know, the kind of vibe there. I don't know. But women, you know,
No abbreviation.
send a text message right now, whether a voice note or just a text message telling me if this is something that annoys you. At 876-551-5782.
My takeaway is that you all seem to want the long version. You know,
Yeah.
so
Always.
brothers, you know what to do.
Always.
Bring it on.
Always.
Yep.
Morning time.
Yeah, man. Pet peeves are things that others do that you might find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting. Today's pet peeve came from one of our listeners, and we really appreciate it.
For real.
And I've learned a lot from
Yeah.
that. The pet peeve and the discussion thereafter.
That's right.
We're going to be speaking with a representative of the Reading Windrush Alliance. The Reading Windrush Alliance was formed, we understand, to promote the Home Office Windrush's compensation and documentation schemes to enable people who arrived in the United Kingdom from the Caribbean before the year 1989 and have lived there since to obtain the correct documents to live and work legally and without the fear of deportation. Now, to give you some more in terms of the backstory, in some cases, we understand that persons may be eligible for financial compensation, and they might not even have known. They might have suffered loss as a result of the Home Office's hostile environment policy, which we all know about. And so we hear about the Windrush scandal being exposed, the hostile environment policies that were wrought in the lives of thousands of black people who had a legal right to reside in the UK, but were denied, it seems. So we have joining us this time Mr. Pol Exeter, and he's from the Reading Windrush Alliance in the United Kingdom. Good morning, Paul. Welcome to Up and Go here on the bridge. How are you today?
Good morning, and thank you for inviting me to your lovely radio station. I've been tuning in for the last 20 minutes or so, and I'm very impressed.
All right.
Thank you.
So much, Paul. We're also impressed based on our own research in terms of the work that yourself and the members of the Reading Windrush Alliance have been carrying on with in the United Kingdom. But especially for the younger members of our audience, can you give us a brief history of Windrush and how it affected Jamaicans?
Yes, so the background to the Windrush as a whole, as you know, after the war or during the war, there were many soldiers and airmen, servicemen from the Caribbean countries who fought for the mother country. After the war, they returned back to the islands. And because Britain was so heavily devastated by the war, many of the cities were flattened, and the government wanted to rebuild the country. And so they came to the colonies, as we were then, to recruit people to come back to the UK to build the country. Many of the large British institutions operated recruitment offices in several of the islands. Companies such as the National Health Service, British Rail, Rolls-Royce, London Transport, etc. And people were recruited to come back to the motherland. Now, as I said, many of these islands were colonies at the time, so they came there on British passports.
Yes.
People from Jamaica would have emigrated to the UK with a British passport, but at the bottom it would have said Jamaica. And inside it would have said Her Britannic Majesty requests the safe passage of this subject, etc., etc. So they came here as British people. Now, during that time, after that time, the island started to be granted independence from Britain. And as soon as your country of birth became independent, you lost your British citizenship. Now, the British Home Office at the time would have written to most of the nationals from those islands, encouraging them to apply for what is called naturalization. Some people did, but some people did not. Those who did not are suffering the consequences today.
Mm-hmm.
Because many people felt that they were British already. Why did they have to go and apply for further? So that's the background to the Windrush.
Okay.
Now, people started to travel to return to the islands to visit their relatives or to go on holidays in different countries. And some of them found that when they tried to re-enter the UK, they were denied entry at Heathrow Airport or at the immigration. And on many occasions, they were deported to their birth.
Mm.
And these policies affected mainly Black people. That contrasts what's happening today with the exceedingly generous hospitality being afforded to the Ukrainians, with whom Britain has not had any long historical connection.
Yes, yes.
So the government demanded that individuals provided proof that their residency predated 1973. And the government required that each of these residents or people should provide at least one official letter from every year that they claimed to have lived in the UK. As you can imagine, that created a paper trail that was impossible to follow for the majority of the affected people.
Yes.
So, following a public outcry, the government was dragged kicking and screaming, and they reluctantly introduced the Windrush Compensation Scheme in April 2019. And that was initially for just 4 years until April 2023. But again, because of people power and protests, the deadline was extended indefinitely. So there is no cutoff date.
So you do have an ongoing Windrush documentation and even compensation scheme going on. How much can you tell us about that?
Right. So the government has made some money available for to compensate people who have suffered loss. And loss is described as not being able to work because you couldn't prove that you had the correct documentation, or unable to find a place to live, denied treatment on the National Health Service, or if you were subjected to immigration action, deportation, or detention in custody. So if you can claim that you suffered loss, any of those losses, then you may be eligible for compensation. I need to clarify, there's some important things regarding dates.
Yes.
Because of the Windrush, the Caribbean Windrush scandal, the government has now extended the compensation scheme to anyone who arrived from any country before 1989. If you arrive from any country in the UK before 1989 and you've lived here consistently since then you may be eligible to obtain the documents to live and work here legally. That's just to live and work here legally. Mm-hmm. However, if you arrived from a Commonwealth country, such as Jamaica, before 1973, and you've lived here continuously since then you would be eligible to obtain British citizenship, which is a British passport, and you would not have to pay the £1,300 for that. And in addition to that, well, the citizenship will give you obviously the right to live and work here because you're a British citizen, and also you may be eligible for compensation if you suffered the losses that I mentioned earlier. So the two dates, 1989 and 1973.
Yes, contact.
Okay. Well, greetings again, Mr. Exeter. This is Shells. First and foremost, I want to just thank you and your team for the work that you guys are doing, and thank you for the insight, because I'm a young Jamaican and we've always been hearing about Windrush. I really thank you for the insight, and I wouldn't be surprised if any of my family members, are affected by this. And so, as a result, I just want to know, how can people who are affected, reach out, who are affected by a Windrush, reach out to you guys?
Okay, so we have a website which I'll read it out now, but I will send it to you as well. It's www.svgareading.org.uk/Windrush. I will send that to you so you can tell your listeners. And if you go on there, it will take you straight to the Windrush page. And on there, we have some information, and there is an application form which people can complete online. Simply press the button to submit and it comes straight to us. So they don't have to download anything, photocopy or email. Simply go in, follow the sign which says apply here, and they just click that and complete the form and send it to us. We need to have some basic information before we can triage them and send them on to our legal advisors. Then our legal advisors will contact them.
Yeah.
It asks for a telephone number, for a WhatsApp number as well, because, as you know, telephone conversations on the normal rate pretty expensive.
Right.
But if it's WhatsApp, as you know, that's free. So send a number where we can call them back on. So that's basically the compensation. Now, the Home Office has given the Reading Windrush Alliance. We were formed because of the Windrush, and 8 small Caribbean groups in Reading have come together to form the Reading Windrush Alliance. Now, Reading is a small city about 40 miles to the west of London. We have a population of about 160,000 people for the city proper. But the suburbs, we have about 350,000 people. And we have several groups there, including the Jamaican Society of Friends.
Okay.
And we've all come together and formed the Windrush Alliance. And we have applied for a small grant from the Home Office to finance this. So we are organizing a series of events to promote the Windrush documentation and compensation scheme. And we have our lawyers on site to give confidential advice. So far, we've held 2 events, and we've had 6 people who have come forward who we think would be eligible to get their documentation and or compensation. So they're going through at the moment.
From what you've seen so far, Paul, would you say that the Home Office is receptive to these interventions by organizations like yours, the Reading Windrush Alliance?
Yeah, well, the Home Office tried to organize the meetings with communities themselves, but they failed miserably because many of the government institutions work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and our community, when they want to meet, they meet on a Saturday evening. Because many of them are in low-paid jobs and they're at work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and can't afford to take time off to attend the meeting. So the Home Office efforts failed because they did not know how to communicate with the people. So they invited community groups to apply for funding from the Home Office to promote the scheme on behalf of the Home Office, because that's what the members of Parliament instructed the Home Office to do.
Yes.
So yes, so they are receptive to it.
Okay.
We understand that the kitty, the amount of money that's available for the compensation scheme, is in the region of £200 million. I was trying to find out what the exchange rate is between the pound and the Jamaican dollar. It's about 16.
I'm going to tell you that momentarily. And while I'm looking that up, I wanted to ask another question while we are almost out of time. I hear through the grapevine that there might be another flight coming to Jamaica soon with another set of deportations. Is that something that is also on your radar?
Yes, we were made aware of that 2 years ago. Apparently, it was delayed because you had a royal visit, and You can imagine the controversy and embarrassment that might have caused had it happened before or during the royal visit. But we understand that there are 50 mainly Jamaicans who are in detention and who are due to be deported back to Jamaica on the 18th, which is next Wednesday, I believe. So,
are there any efforts to try to prevent this flight from leaving or these persons from being returned?
Yes, there was a demonstration in London yesterday. Quite often they fall on deaf ears. Occasionally, one or two people might be granted extra time to remain in the UK. But generally, they're sent back. And you will know much more than I, because it will hit news there, that you know that there have been deportations before.
Oh, yes.
And so you will know when the planes arrive. I mean, I don't know why the Jamaican government allowed the planes to land in the first place. They just said to Britain, that is your problem.
More questions than answers. As it relates to the value of the pound to the Jamaican dollar, the buying rate today is $185.20, and the selling rate $193.50 Jamaican to £1.
To £1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, if anyone has suffered loss and they receive any compensation, the minimum compensation is £10,000, which when you convert to Jamaican dollars might make them almost a billionaire. But it's a small amount of money if you consider that the person might have lost their job, might have lost their house, they would have suffered immense embarrassment and humiliation and indignity.
That's true.
So really, the compensation it's not generous. So it's between £10,000 and £100,000.
Yeah.
But it's better than nothing. But
absolutely. I really thank you for giving us all this information.
Yeah.
Making us so much wiser and giving a clearer picture of how help can be, arrived at through your organization. I just want you to repeat the website address before you go, and I know you'll send it to us, and we'll continue to mention it throughout the morning. But just repeat it for us now.
Okay, so it's www.S for sugar, S for Sierra, V for Victor, G for golf, A for alpha, and Reading, which is spelled reading, READING, .org.uk/Windrush.
Got you. All right, Pol Exeter, it was really wonderful talking with you, and we will keep in touch, and wish you well going forward, and thank you for being of help to so many Jamaicans. Much appreciated, and have a good day.
Well, thank you very much. We have quite a few events going on until the end of December, and so I'd like to come back later on to remind people to still apply for funding.
All right,
no
thank
problem.
you so much. Great talking with you. Have a good day.
Thank you. I'll keep listening to you now.
Much appreciated.
Right,
we like that. All right, we are definitely making big impacts in the Jamaican diaspora, and we want to commend the Reading Windrush Alliance for the work that they are doing in the UK. Yep. I think I got the website address, www.svgareading, spelled like reading, reading.uk/Windrush.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's right. So you can make contact, and if it relates to you and you can benefit, why not? Go for it. £10,000 a whole for money.
Talk truth.
Yo, I mean, for them it's not a lot, but
Hey,
I mean, it's compensation.
welcome to
It's one of
you.
that, it's one of that you'd have missed out on that you're getting.
Exactly.
It's your money. Go for it. Give us a call if you can identify this sound in our secret sound game. All right. Today's got to be the day. Let's take our first call right now and see what's going on. Yeah, 876-676-4996. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, please turn the radio down. Good morning, sir. Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good.
All right, who's calling?
Raj?
Raj?
Blessings, Raj.
Good to have you, Raj.
Yeah, man.
All right, so you have the answer, Raj. You need any clues? Because we have clues for you, Raj.
Every morning, I listen.
All right, so you're good. You see them thing, we're trying to help you, All right.
Thank you for listening, Raj. We appreciate that, man.
What's
You have a different clue this morning?
We can give you 3 clues. I don't think you need more than that.
Well, I know the 3 clue already, so my answer would be NASA recording of sound that is said to be trapped inside of the sun.
A what?
Wow.
NASA's recording of sound said to be trapped inside of the sun.
NASA's recording of sound said to be trapped inside of what?
The sun.
The sun. Okay, then. I got you, Raj. Where are you calling from, Raj?
Kingston.
Kingston.
I mean, the package now for go far, Raj.
Yeah.
Like that.
You know, sir, may I try to figure out, Roger, that sound if me hear the right, that is the correct answer, you know.
Yeah.
I feel the man out there make a whole heap of noise. But I wonder if him still make a whole heap of noise when him hear this.
Quack, quack, quack. Good try.
Not much noise. Thanks, Raj. Wrong answer. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, Joe.
Give me that sound again, DJ, Ollie, because I try to figure it out, you know. I feel myself the first part, but not the second half of this thing. The clues are, ladies and gentlemen.
It has something to do with the moon. It has something to do with the stars and sound.
All right. Having heard those clues, you heard Raj's answer. He was wrong. What is your answer? Let me find out right now. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Welcome to Bridge 99 FM. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, welcome. How you doing?
Yes, I'm glad, Richie. I'm here, man. You know, say it's a tornado.
Is that tornado?
Yeah.
Who said that?
This is Renford from St. Elizabeth.
Renford from St. Elizabeth.
It's the border of St. Elizabeth, West London.
Renford, do you want to hear the clues again? Do you want to hear the sound again? Or are you just simply sticking with that answer?
Yes, I stick with that answer.
Last time we had a winner from St. Elizabeth, it was a man called Cunis. We always wondered who would be the next winner from St. Bess, popularly known as the Garden Parish. This morning, the man that we're talking with, his name is Renford. Where in St. Bess are you?
At the bar, Kilmarnock.
Okay, Kilmarnock is where he hangs out. Kill them with it. Yeah, go kill them with it. All right, here's the response to your answer. You are getting
Quack, quack, quack. Jano. Richie Cool.
Renford laugh and gone. All right, I'm so sorry.
Boy.
That's all the time we have this morning.
Tornado.
No winner. Keep working at it. Give us a sound again, DJ Audley.
Tornado.
Yeah. This of them go. All right, that's a sound that you must identify by tomorrow morning when we play the game again at 7:30. Time now for the UK connection, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Robbo Ranx is on the beat, 106.3 FM.
The beat London.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We
Go
are
on.
on Bridge 99 FM out of Kingston, Jamaica. And this is an international connection. We call it a simulcast. Did I hear yes, sir? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Of course you heard yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wouldn't address you any other way.
Okay,
Could I
sir.
address you any other way from London, UK? Yes, sir.
Oh.
Hey, good morning, Richie B. Good morning, the whole team. London is in the building. A very bright, sunny London. No guesstimate of the weather. It just aren't. It's nice.
It is
And I'm sure
showing,
I'm gonna-
and it is
I'm sure
showing.
Yes, I'm sure-
Not only in your entry, but also in terms of the sunlight that
Yeah,
I'm
man.
seeing in your studio, sir.
Oh man, it's blitzing through. We are in the direction of the sun, so it's not too bad. But when you're in the studio, you can't see it. You can't see anything. So
Really?
we have to just bring the shades down. Or I could come into the studio and just wear Gucci glasses or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that work.
What-
I don't think that would work in the morning.
One of several that you own, I'm sure.
Well, yeah.
How you guys?
We're doing all
We're
right.
good,
You know,
man.
you know, one of the things that we did this morning at 7 o'clock Jamaica time was we had a nice conversation with members of the of an alliance out of Reading that they're into the Windrush and helping the members of the Windrush generation.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a nice discussion with them from the Reading Windrush Alliance. Spoke to a gentleman by the name of Pol Exeter and had a good chat with him. So big ups again to our friends in Reading and all surrounding areas.
No doubt, no doubt. A very quaint village. No, I shouldn't call it a village. Sorry, Reading people. A very quaint town just outside of London. But once you pass Reading, your next destination would be Oxford. And I'm quite sure you've heard of Oxford for its education institution, Oxford and Cambridge.
Right.
So there's in Reading there is a healthy Caribbean community in Reading. Shouts to everybody in that side of town. But we are Beat London 103, and this is of course the Bridge. Richie B. Morning.
Morning.
Morning, morning, morning.
Morning.
Where's all of that in relation to Birmingham?
Well, Birmingham would be another, let's call it another 50 or just under an hour from Oxford. So Oxford is in the middle of London, Birmingham. Reading is just, as you just jump out of London, about 25 minutes from the central point of London into Reading. But yeah, I was, in my early days of like sound system and DJing, Reading was a place that when you left London, you wanted to go to. Reading would be like from Kingston to Spanish Town. So yeah, that was one of the key areas in developing your music skill when you go play a country, but it's not really country.
Yeah.
I shouldn't call it country. So once again, good morning to the people of Reading.
Vibrant West Indian communities in all of these areas, that's for sure.
Yeah,
right?
man, that
Robbo?
is definitely.
Yeah,
Another
man.
place would be Gloucester. But there's when you check, I'm pretty sure when you communicate more with the gentleman from the Windrush Alliance, they kind of explain how those towns become really, how they were key for places where we settled in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, where the communities, and there's a very famous car factory, BMW.
Yeah.
And a lot of the elders, when they came here, they were working on those factory lines, fitting parts and stuff like that, car manufacturers. So that's where a lot of our community kind of ended up. And like in this area where we are, there was a baked beans factory called Heinz. So if you ask most of the elders, where did work when you first come in, them say Heinz. Bagging baked beans, man. It's the Windrush thing is, as you know, man, it's a story in itself, man.
Yeah. All right, Robbo Ranx, give thanks for all of that information, and we're happy to be inside of this connection right now. I'm just being told that we're going to be playing some music from Jamaica first. We have a guest in this segment, and that is none other than Mortimer. Yeah. I say good morning to a brother who has a voice that definitely is impacting the world. He dabbles between contemporary reggae and he maintains a traditional roots sound in all of his songs. And he's definitely on the up and up, talking to Jamaica, talking to the UK at the same time. Morning, Mortimer. How you doing?
Yeah, bless up. I'm good, thanks. How are you guys?
Yeah,
I was having a bit
all
of
good, bro.
audio trouble, so apologies for the late vibes. I tried to log in as best as I could, but boy, but anyways, we get it fixed and up and running now, so great. And I hope you guys are great. Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah, man,
we're good, man. We're good. Make sure you say hello to Robbo Ranx of London, who is allowing us to be heard all across London and the UK right now. You want to give him a hail, right?
Bless up, Robbo.
You mean big up Mortimer. We've had
all is good.
Yes, all good. We've had conversations, man. I don't want to start the interview, but I would say Mortimer, the song Lightning, which has that Lovers Rock sound, is still reverberating in London. You need to find another one, son. You need to find another one, because that has so much. Although when you watch the video, it encapsulates the whole of the Jamaica countryside, but that has just got that Lovers Rock feel where the UK people love that sound. So they need a part few too.
Well, I'm really happy that people can appreciate the vibes. You know what I mean? For sure. I'm happy about that,
Mortimer, maybe you should recommend him to listen to your new track on the Gratitude Rhythm.
Seeing. Yes, that's Keep That Fire Lit.
Yeah.
See me, produced by Overstand, same way, Winter James.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The name Mortimer, was that your given name at birth, or is it a name that you took onto yourself?
Yes, it was actually. I'm Mortimer Jr.
Oh,
My
okay.
father is senior. Yeah.
How would you describe your journey in the music and entertainment industry so far, Mortimer?
It's been a learning experience, I must say that, and I'm grateful to be able to have an aspect in my life that I love. That's also been a learning ground for me, as well. I've learned a lot, and I'm still learning. So, yeah, that's how it's been so far. It's been a learning experience for me,
Yeah, man, enough respect.
Yeah, it's
man.
been hard, and it's been a learning experience. But nothing good come easy, they say.
for
So
real.
you don't know.
I suspect
Yeah,
as you
we'll
learn,
press
you
on.
grow as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Learn as we go, and as we grow, we know.
See it there?
Yeah, man.
No, greetings, Mortimer. Shell's here. Richie, if I want to rate with Mortimer, any interview, any sit down, any reasoning, this general always take the time, and it's very important for young artists to hear this. You see that part, the point where I'm saying I'm always make time for learn. It's very crucial. You understand what I'm saying? I really appreciate the fact that you're taking time to learn about yourself and the industry and just growing as you go. You see me, G? But what I want to know is that in terms of you learning, tell me how the process was as you were trying to develop your sound, because it's unique, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Was it difficult to arrive at this sound?
I wouldn't. I don't know if I've ever thought about it. Like that. I think it just came naturally. Just due to all the different kinds of music and different people that I listened to growing up. And the stuff that I ended up taking a liking to, and the people I admired and thing, I think, plus my experiences in life as a person too, all of that I think helped to just shape the person that I am today. And the person that I am today include the sound that I have and the person that I am in my heart and soul, So you don't know. And the lyrics that I write, everything like that, So everything come together naturally.
Yeah,
that's right.
Have you touched down on UK soil as yet, and how big a market is England and Europe for you as an artist?
I haven't. I'm gonna be leaving this year for the first time, which I am super excited about actually. I'm gonna be leaving for the first time this year, and I'm supposed to be going to the UK too. So God's willing, everything works out, and we don't have another wave of magical corona coming to just box all things out of plan. You know what I mean? But I'm looking forward to being able to share my music with the world. It's been a long life dream of mine to do that. So to finally be able to have the opportunity to share the music with ones that have been a part of the journey, and ones who need to be spoken with and spoken to, and feel something in their heart and thing, then that's great for me. So man.
Hey, Robbo, you want to say something to Mortimer, bro?
Yes. The gratitude juggling, we have it out here. We've picked up quite a few songs from Mortimer. But Mortimer, your output is I know James Winter is one of those thoughtful producers that really takes his time, make sure the quality is top notch. We recognize the stuff we used to do with or he did with Protege and Chronics. You guys don't oversaturate. Is that a you process? Would you like to record more, or is it Winter saying, "Yot, one off a little bit," and drop the songs them one? Because we waited quite some time between singles. What is that about?
Well, good things take time. True. And I would like to think, from a humble point of view, that the music that you're making is good music. I love to listen to the music that me and Winter make, and so far the reception has been good too, so I'd like to think that the rest of the world thinks the same as well, and we're not trying to flood the market, just trying to take time to be persons, so that we can share these experiences in song as well. Take time to craft it right. Winter is a very meticulous man.
Oh man.
By the way, excellent musician, excellent friend, I think we have a wonderful working relationship together. So I'm grateful for that and thing. But I think it's both of us, because I'm very much integrated in my process as well. So I think both of us combine, we sit down and we know exactly what we're trying to accomplish, and we just figure it out together,
Is there a second EP already done?
Yeah, there's an EP already done, and then during this time that everybody thought I was just gone forever, we're actually working on my first album, which is practically finished now. I'm finished recording, and that should be out later this year. Down into the year, about the September region thereabout. So I'm also grateful for that too, even though the pandemic was a hard thing for everybody. I'm sure some people got the time to, just deal with a couple of things that they want to deal with long time, or reflect within themselves, get closer to family, finish some work, all of that. And for me, I got to finish some work, which I'm grateful for. I was supposed to travel and I didn't get to, but, my mother always said, and it's something that I believe too, that everything happens for a reason. So you don't know.
Mortimer, you have millions of people listening to us right now between Jamaica and the UK, and also by extension around the world in the Jamaican diaspora. Leave us with something that we can look forward to in terms of the album, whether you want to give us the title of it, or what kind of feel. Leave us with something, Mortimer.
Well, what I will leave you with is that every single song that we did together was from heart and soul. Okay.
Interesting.
So I definitely will tell you that we didn't just throw some songs together. We didn't just write because of write's sake.
Yeah.
You don't know, like, there are things we stand for in life, love and truths and rights and peace. Love being the number one thing of all too. Plus, there is a bit of personal things in it too, things that I've been through in my life. I decided to, share a little bit personally through my album this time around.
Yeah.
I know there are a lot of people across the world that are going through a lot, and it would help to know that there's somebody out there too who they probably listen to that, can tell them that, hey,
I've been through
I
that
know
too.
how a time of low can be, but keep your head above the water same way.
Yeah. It's interesting you said that. I was actually thinking when you said it that even Heart and Soul, it almost sounds like an album title to me.
yeah. See, that's a really nice one.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. All right, listen, Mortimer, we have to run, but great catching up with you. What are your social media handles that you'd like to share?
Instagram, that's Mortimer Music 876, and just type in Mortimer anywhere and I'll pop up.
Always a pleasure talking with you, man. Thanks for being a part of the experience this morning. Have a great day, and we're looking forward to more new music from you.
Thank you, man.
Blessings.
Thank you, yeah, man. Give thanks, and you too, you see me?
Yes, I give
Bless
thanks.
up, Mortimer.
Yeah, man,
Many
love.
thanks.
All right, Robbo, time is gone, man. It's so quickly.
Yes. It's all the Cockney teachings.
I'm telling you.
It's all the Cockney teachings.
I was making notes.
Yeah, man. Make notes. Man.
All right.
No, it's no problem. It's what we are experiencing here in the UK is a bit of Jamaica morning. This is like a great cup of coffee, man. So
enjoy.
Respect to you and Shells and the team for bringing the Bridge 99 right here into London.
And thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
1036.
Thank you for your reciprocation. Enough
Yeah,
respect, Robbo. Have a great day.
Respect.
And you.
And to the members of your team, that was our global connection with the United Kingdom. Robbo Ranx, the man on location in the studios of The Beat, 106.3 FM, twinning with us at least for a little over half an hour on 99 FM. It's now time for
Man Chat.
Man Chat is right. And today, this morning, we're going to be talking about men and dating.
Yeah.
Question is, do men, Jamaican men, even date?
Ladies, stop, don't say nothing, ladies. Jojo, go back to go on. continue, Richie. Let us know the woman them already said, no!
The preamble was written by a female.
See,
do they even know what it means to date? That's on my script.
Yeah.
And what are some of the challenges that men face when they're trying to date? These are some of the things that we'll be looking at in this segment. It is said that dating is a stage of romantic relationships where two people meet socially with the aim of each assessing the other's suitability as a prospective partner in a future intimate relationship. Sounds fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right.
So, who do we have with us this morning, Shells, in this discussion in Man Chat?
Well, first and foremost, we have Jerome Palmer, who is a JP, and he's also a monetary and evaluation practitioner and policy development consultant. And hold on, is this right? And a single man? I know him. Oh, Cowans is a single man.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's a single.
Oh, Cowans is.
He's a married guy.
This is Mr. Palmer right here.
Oh,
welcome, Jerome. Good morning.
Blessings and peace, blessings to the persons on the 99.137 and 9.
I respect that.
Big
nice.
Oh.
So,
ladies, hear the voice.
Because you see the J squared thing I threw up. So we have is Palmer in studio?
Yes.
All right. So Mr. Palmer, greetings, and we have Jerome Cowans, the corporate social responsibility specialist at Carib Cement Company Limited, and so he is the married man. So lovely perspectives we have here today. And you don't know, if you don't know me from the streets, correct? So I'll try my best not to give trouble today, Richie.
All right, let's see how that goes. So, gentlemen, Jerome on the telephone. Good morning and welcome.
Morning.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Greetings.
All right. Dating. Mr. Palmer here with us in the studio. What is that all about from your perspective?
Blessings, Uncle Jay. I just want to make it clear now. You notice the definition that you gave says with the intention to have intimacy.
Yes.
Dating doesn't state that there should be any intimacy. That's the definition that you provided.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have intimacy.
You don't. There we go. You're feeling out the person to see if something. But let me be honest with you. We still date today. The issues that with myself and I won't lie to persons, you get me, is that I think we don't know ourselves when we're dating. Like we're trying to be so many persons. We want to be all these persons for one person. You understand me? And so we want to prove that hey, I can provide, but also I can make. This is daytime radio, right? We can. So at times we tend to jump the gun, and then we fall into the fallacy of the emotion. You understand me? And again, remember, you have the courting, you have the dating,
oh boy,
and they have the marriage proposal,
Jesus,
and they have the marriage. You see, me not reach a marriage yet.
Jesus,
the proposal, me never go there yet. We're still in the streets. We are test it out. We are test and fail. We are test and fail. It's like we are you and we are get the F3 them and we just it's a foundation course I forget. But I get it right. But it's true though. And I mean,
I'm tempted to ask if you're enjoying the ride.
I mean,
is it a good experience?
Yeah, it's an and I'm going to be very, very serious with you. To all the young ladies out there and the young men. It's a cycle of failure and learning. And remember that we're broken people and we're trying to heal in the process.
Yeah. But so even when you fail, do you gain?
I mean, yeah, because the learning curve. You understand me? And it doesn't make it. And may I say this? You see, and it's for me because I've taken like sabbaticals, like from relationships, because you have to heal yourself in a fam.
Talk truth.
You can't expect to love somebody and you don't love yourself.
How?
You see, these things are big things, and people know all about them to you in the blood. Me I tell you, sometimes you meet some girl, you say, "Mama, I like you, but boy, your life's sad." Or it's true. Sometimes my life it gets really monotonous. It gets very depressing, and me say, "Yo, it doesn't make my ecosystem is not pure at the moment. If I can't dwell in it, somebody else not for dwell in it."
Talk true.
You understand me? But again, I'm still in the streets.
Well, Jerome Cowans is, shall we say, the ladies would say he's taken.
Yeah.
but Jerome, you can take us back to your own experiences going through that phase from courting, dating, the proposal. Now you're a married man.
Absolutely.
Yes, man. And you get the round of applause.
You made it.
and big up my wife, Kitty Cowans. But the misconception, recognize it, the misconception that you have Richie, is that you're taking, and I think that's one of the number one problems. Men feel like, you know, when they're married and think the dating done, the dating continues. Because if the dating not continues, you know, man, you're in a trouble, you know. You're in a serious trouble. So let me just put that out there. So yeah, man, we still date. It's absolutely necessary that you still make sure some of those things that you're doing in the first instance, that you continue to carry them through, you know. You don't just say, all right, I eat this and it's done. But even before then, for me, I love the definition. It was exploring. You see, we live in a time now where women kind of outnumber men. I always tell my female friends this. And whether we like it or not, men have options. Men have options. Right? Jerome talk about university. When you're in a university and you're talking in any class,
any lecture room.
Yes. When I leave university and go into the work world, me say I've worked 2 places where me are the only gentleman there.
Yo. Interesting.
So we have to understand, say, as men now, we explore. We you know, and for the one that was serious, Richie, and guess, we are thinking about future and how that person, our persons, because we have to be real, are going to fit in that future we want. So that's what dating is, you know.
Just before Shells jumps in though, just for clarification, you say even you don't like necessarily the term taken, and you spoke to the fact that you still date.
Yeah, you date your wife.
Yeah, man.
Just to be 100% clear to the listener, because I already have a female writing me. What does he mean by that?
Yes, a Jamaican man.
Yeah. Say date the wife.
I got you, sir.
Yeah, man,
Thank you.
Sense. I respect that.
Yeah, man.
All right, so what I started on my side. You see this? I'm serious about that topic. I'm nearly getting on my show. Watch this now. We're going at the rules of dating, isn't me? Watch I started. There's something that I heard a lot of females saying, a lot of women out there saying. You say us men with our egos when it gets in the way. And here's something I want to know, gents, if you guys have a problem with this. One thing I don't know why this drives our egos. What would brethren them think? Is that a serious thing in the dating world with men like, yo? Because here's the next thing. I like gonna call out these stages like it's simple, you know. Y'all have about courting and all these things. We nowadays have so many subsections. We have linking, we have this, we have that. Like, what are the rules? Like, and then, like, for the man them out there, we're factoring what them brethren say. Is that a thing? Has that ever affected you, Mr. Palmer?
Man, I mean, the truth is, you know, I'm be real. Survival is primordial. That's a big word for say. People, you value everything around you because it will help you to survive. We are social creatures. We value how people think about us. I mean, no one wants to be seen with somebody who is known for nefarious activities. You understand me? Right. I mean, there's a culture for it, but you know, professionals like me, you don't want to date a girl who was with a gunman, blah blah blah. So it matters. The issue is, again, understanding that I have hurt persons and I have been a bad person. I have to allow persons to grow too. You get me? So even though I might have certain perspective about someone who I'm dating, you get me? In my mind, I'm saying, or that I want to date, this person is known for X. I'm like, yo, give the person a chance, you know? Because growth is everything, you know? Remember, we're in a continuum, you know, like a little cycle of life.
Exactly.
And we have to go and feel. And I can tell you, everyone out there can identify someone that says, that person hurt me.
Yeah.
So we are just as fault as though we are trying to be judges. You understand me? That's why I look at it. So as much as, social image is the social factor is big for me, but at times I really venture into myself and I think to myself and say, yo, Jerome, what would you do in that? What would you do if that were you in that situation? You get me? So it's a good man, but I dated a spectrum of young ladies, you know, older, my age, a little younger, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I hear Jerome Cowans wants to come in.
Yeah, the spectrum, I like I'm touched for the spectrum. And just to answer the question, of course, you know, especially if you have some real friends around you.
Yeah.
One of the things that I found in my dating career, dating, you know, even with my wife, is like, yeah, it matters what your brethren them say. Put it plain and simple.
True.
And then sometimes you love a girl and you rate, let's use it, you rate a girl and your friend them not really, 100, but you still go on. But on the flip side, when you're bridging them rate her too, and say, yo, Jerome, the one, it like give you that added impetus, like that push.
Can't do it,
you know what I mean? So definitely, that's one of the rules. That's one of the rules. And at the end of the day, you want to know, say, those who you're around, there is no conflict, because you're going to start share your time and all of those things. So you just avoid the drama from early.
Okay. True. You put a timeline on dating, Mr. Cowans, and share some advice
yes,
as well to especially younger men out there, especially those who do not believe in courting a woman.
Well, I can say no timing, yeah. It all, you see, one of the things I've learned, right? Because, like with Jerome, I have my spectrum as well. One of the things I've learned is that, you see, in the initial stages, everybody pretend.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody try to be the best version of themselves.
Facts.
That's a wisdom we learn from my grandparents. So you have to be careful in just jumping the gun, Yeah. I mean, my wife and I, we were together for about 3 years till we decided, say, you know what? The honeymoon run out. So I wouldn't put a time on it, but be careful of jumping the gun, Yeah. Be careful of jumping the gun. Spend the time and learn and explore and know about the person that you want to really get really intimate with.
Yeah, listen.
I guess I can say sex is intimate, but there are things that more intimate than that.
Agreed.
That's it.
Agreed.
On a deeper level.
We just mentioned something about the timelines, right? It's easy for us men to say we're not on a timeline, but I feel like, I had Jojo Wagwan, I feel like women have like this internal clock where we don't know nothing about. I don't know if it's a biological clock, I don't know what it is, I don't know, but after a while, it chip in. Is it fair for us to work with their clocks? Or should some communication take place, Mr. Palmer? What do you think? Because it'll go chip in. At some time, you're going to get the, what are we?
I mean, we have to acknowledge that
where are we going?
I'm not as successful as Jerome. Yeah, because I'm a failing business. That's what persons would consider this. Like I'm failing, but it's very. The truth is that they, because of their biology, they have to be cognizant that, hey, I need to get this done as soon as possible. But this is what I would say, and it happens a lot because I've been on a little sabbatical because I was I go on social dating apps and stuff to date and come off when I find somebody. But no, I just leave it, right? Yeah. When I meet persons, sometimes I ask them, hey, what you want? And they, I don't want to tell you because, it a clinch, I don't want to tell you because, let me tell you this, may I make it clear to all the ladies. Listening, when I apply for a job, they give me job description. They also give me performance evaluation to let me know how I'm supposed to perform. Ladies, my job, when someone dates you, seriously, when a guy comes to you, don't be afraid to tell him what you want. Run him if you tell him, let him go. Tell him, let him stay. You telling me, the truth is, and Jerome says it, let the honeymoon wear off. You're going to see it. You're going to see my real character eventually. So if I'm not for you, you'll see it. Just tell us what you want so that we can fill that vacancy.
Hold on. Hold that point. Let's get the time check and then we come back so you can finish that point, Jerome. What time is it, ladies and gentlemen? Let's tell you.
Provide proper invoices to customs when presenting goods for examination. This could prevent delays during clearance. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is...
It's now a minute after 9 o'clock, and Jerome Palmer was making a point. A very serious one, too.
Yeah, but I don't wrong them because at times, we can, in an era of knowledge, people can tend to be manipulative. Not true.
Yes,
we know that. But again, with due diligence and you doing your own thing, it's a job, it's a vacancy, it's a post, it's a position, and you want somebody to make you happy and content with the life miserably, Single life miserably in a family. You ever do them sometime, and you wish you even have a little cat Been around, you know? I look a bird, I look a pet. No, I'm very serious, guys. And I know it's morning time radio, you know, but it's very serious. Consequently, when we go out there and say, yo, I want to try find somebody, you know. For me, on a dating app and a message, you. For me, meet a girl and I talk to she, it stresses me out, you know.
Exhausting.
Because it's quite exhausting and expensive.
Yeah, big up the girls them out.
Yeah, it's very expensive. So I want ladies to understand that you have men out there who genuinely want to find somebody, you know. And I ain't gonna lie, no, we're still toxic, you know, kind of ish. But we understand who we are and we're trying to grow. And we're not perfect. Help us to grow. Help us to love you, man.
Yes.
Jesus.
And stop with the mind reading, ladies.
Right there.
We don't know nothing. Let's just leave. Let's just start and end it. We don't know nothing. Just let us know what you want.
No.
If we can provide it, great. If we can't, go on.
I would have won the lot already.
Jerome Cowans. Yes, come
years
here.
ago, I met a nice young lady, and I was saying, I could go for coffee. And we got a place. I went to do a presentation. She was a presenter. I was the presenter. We started talking, and then we go for coffee. Same day, you know.
Yeah.
Like, so what's your take on marriage?
On marriage?
Let tell you.
Wow.
Like less than 5 minutes.
Wow.
Into the conversation.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Yeah, man. There's
So
levels.
the point is. And
did you choke on your coffee?
Well, you know, find trouble, no? But in our soulmate, but it goes back to that one key word, communication. You know, just say what you want.
Yeah.
Let's make it clear what you want. You know, and if this is not what you want, if we want don't intertwine, make us see what the next best option.
Facts.
Right? And that's as plain, you know, because as men, we're simple creatures. You know what I mean?
Simple.
That's what I say.
Very simple.
Just tell us where we.
What
where
you ladies they must say no. I don't understand.
It's an entourage inside the studio.
It's not simple.
So we're not simple.
No.
We're simple.
Jerome.
Yeah, man, just be clear and say what you want and say, if you don't give me what I want, this is what's gonna happen. Just upfront on both sides.
Jerome Palmer mentioned the fact that it can be rather stressful being single and even dating. Jerome Cowans, to encourage those who are dating, what comes after when you get to the proposal and the marriage? Isn't it supposed to be bliss? And doesn't that mean then that is something that they should give their all whilst they're dating to get to that level? Encourage them.
I mean, no man, trust me. I mean, I've been married 3 years now.
Okay.
Marriage life it can be amazing. You know, you have divorce rates and you have that. But I think for me, our success is, and it goes right back to the topic, is just to continue dating. It's just not to change. I mean, obviously there's gonna be some level of change, but you just maintain that connection that was there before. You keep the communication going. It is stressful as well, you know, any part of life, any road you try, there's stress, you know what I mean? Yeah. But what I found, you know, in this path is that you have somebody to share that stress with, and also share the joy with, and share, you know, because the thing is, you know, on the flip side of dating, when you reach marriage, a lot of things become easier. You know, finances, for example, if you marry the right person, becomes way easier. You know what I mean? You get to raise up a child in the way where you want him. You get to do certain things and go certain places, and you know. So there is a time for it, and it's really good. I would encourage all of my friends that are male that are not married yet to just do it, because it makes sense. But make sure that the timing is right.
Thank you, Cowans. Mr. Palmer, as a single brother in this conversation, man chat, what's your parting shot, so to speak?
Again, Jerome hit it on communication. That's one. Two, Jerome stated that, hey, continue the dating after marriage. Because we want to get married, we're not going to. I think that's a goal. That's a goal. But you need to, well, I've understood that I need to like personally grow. So we have to really focus on ourselves while trying to accommodate somebody else in our life. You understand me? You know what your problems are in life. Don't lie to yourself, Jay. Fix yourself. Don't try people that and try because if you're broken, you're just going to. I'm telling you, bro. We've been there. We've been.
And hell hath no fury.
Like a woman's. Man, I tell you, when them block you in a family and create a little WhatsApp group, them, you know, and say we're gonna bond on your room. I mean, listen, we have some story. I think there needs to. You have a next section for me. We have some stories. Family.
We have a part two.
Men, be responsible. Our job is to protect women. You understand me? We ought to look out for them. Even if the relationship don't go well, we have to treat them with the love, respect. And care that they need. Our job, we're stewards of our own bodies and the bodies of others and the general earth. You know, we're stewards of the earth. But we need to understand that, or how we treat people. There's a ripple effect to it. All right. Be blessed. Stay safe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you found that to be Bridge Nation. I hope you found that to be interesting. We had Jerome Palmer inside of the studio. He's a monitoring and evaluation practitioner and policy development consultant. And on the telephone was Jerome Cowans, corporate social responsibility specialist at Carib Cement Company Limited. The single brother in our midst is not necessarily going to pass on any details as to how you can contact him. But the producer knows how to find him.
Instagram, Facebook.
You can follow me on Instagram _1_Caribbean _1_Caribbean. Same thing on Twitter.
All right. Great. Tell us about the successes that might ensue. Thank you, Jerome's.
Thank you, gentlemen. And I just want to big up Jerome Cowans, good youth. Good inspiration to persons like myself. Big up yourself, sir, and stay safe.
Big up yourself, too. Thank you, gentlemen. Respect. Great having you in an extended version of Man Chat. Ladies, you see, we're trying to take care of you, making sure that you understand these issues. That's why we extended the feature. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good day.